Well, I've seen towers made of dark oak before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the pillager outposts.
Yeah. So are you suggesting that this is made by pillagers?
I think it's a good possibility.
Okay.
Seems to be their MO.
All right. Well, there's only one real way to find out. Let's go on a field trip.
Nice.
Finally awake.
Sorry, wrong game. All right, here we are at a pillager outpost. Mm-hmm. So let's go check it out.
All right.
I do have mob spawning turned off, by the way, and I mean it this time.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't want to be shot today.
Okay. Yes, this definitely is a dark oak.
Yeah. See, like the whole thing is made out of dark oak, as far as the wood is concerned.
Okay.
Well, I guess I see some birch in there on the floors, but it's mostly dark oak, like the one in the ancient city.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Got birch in here. I mean, there are some design differences I see right off the bat. Like stairwells, but that might also just be because of its size.
Okay, yes. Oh, yeah, stairs instead of ladders. Okay.
Yeah. But again, that much just might be because of its size. This also might be a little more permanent rather than temporary. They do have a chest up here. Did the other ones have chests?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, all right. And then there's building materials and some other things. Food, stuff like that. And I did see some torches on the outside and the corners, so that is looking pretty compelling. One thing I would like to point out, though, is that there are banners all over this thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And from my little bit of experience with them, they do like their banners. And I'm just playing devil's advocate here. A few things that sort of stand out to me is if we're going off of construction, because that's what we're going off of with saying that the towers in the ancient city are from pillagers based on the fact that they're using dark oak, and this is using dark oak, but the construction is pretty different. What is this up here? This is just material? Yeah, this is just material.
Like just extra logs. Okay, because they're not in a dark oak forest, so I guess they had to cut these down to bring these in.
Okay, and I didn't see any extra material either when we were down in the ancient city. Okay. Well, okay.
Now, as far as the design differences, that could just be the difference between a permanent structure. Maybe this is more military, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like an outpost, and that could be the difference of the structure.
Yeah, and size too. Size could play a big role in sort of how they build things. So obviously, these arguments that I'm making are just, pretty standard and pretty sort of straightforward stuff. But yeah, so far, the only thing I'm seeing is their use of dark oak and a tower-like construction is what I'm seeing. Those are the only real similarities that I see between the two. Would you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I agree. The build style is a bit different. Yeah, there's enough differences, but yeah.
Yeah. And again, that could just be scale and use differences. But it's not just outposts that these guys build either.
Oh, you're right.
So let's go check out one of those.
Okay, let's go.
Hello! While they travel to you-know-where, I'd like to introduce you to a man named Thor Heyerdahl and his amazing archaeological experiment. You see, the leading theory of the populating of the Polynesian islands at his time was that humans migrated down through Southeast Asia, through the Southeastern Asian islands, around Australia and New Zealand, eventually populating Polynesia. This, of course, was supposed to happen over a long, long time. But Thor Heyerdahl proposed a new idea, that the people of Polynesia did not come from Southeast Asia, but rather from South America, having floated across on balsa wood rafts. The mansion. Let's go check it out.
All right. I can already see from here they're using dark oak.
They are using dark oak. They are also in a dark oak forest, so that kind of makes sense. This might be their main operation. Knock, knock. No one's home.
Oh, look at this. They use wool carpets to walk on.
They
Their feet
do.
Nice and quiet, don't they?
Yeah.
Look at this. Stockpiles of blue wool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is a different color, but yeah. Or is this?
I don't know. I think this one might be the color.
Yeah,
that
this
was
might be
down
the
in
color, yeah.
City.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep looking.
What the heck?
Well, I mean, so they use wool for, I guess, arts and crafts.
Yes. That's a good conclusion.
All right. So, okay. So, I mean, they've got stockpiles of wool, but they also have things that they've built out of it. Though that doesn't have any of the colors from that one room. I wonder if there's more stuff around here. Okay, well, here you go. So, these I assume are supposed to be beds with... Oh, the leaves kind of came through. That's interesting. But yeah, so here's that wool, that colored wool,
That blue wool.
yeah. Okay.
So it's sheets and pillows.
Yep, sheets and pillows. Yep. Along with this carpet here too.
Oh, here we go. Stairs.
Oh. More arts and crafts.
And more representations of themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Like their banners.
Like their banners. Yeah, okay. So, I mean,
they
they're...
seem to like to announce their presence even at their homes, not even just in like a wartime scenario.
Yeah. Okay, so the outpost that we looked at, it was, a tower, which is similar to the ones in the ancient city, using dark oak. I see nothing in this building that matches the construction of those towers in the ancient city.
Not at all. Just
No.
the dark oak, but I just broke part of that. Let me put that
Oh,
back.
yeah, they're good.
But I do also notice that they're using the birch floors here too.
They are
So it
using
seems
birch floors.
It seems like they like birch floors and dark oak.
Okay. Yeah. So, and again, this just could be because this is more of a permanent settlement, that they're using different construction techniques, but I don't see any construction techniques in this place that are the same as what's in the ancient city. So really the only connection I'm seeing construction wise so far is just the outpost tower, and that's just because it's a tower shape in dark oak. So
Okay.
in the real world, that really wouldn't be enough evidence to say. I mean, you're never going to say definitively, but that's not enough evidence to really say, like, yes, this is the pillagers.
Okay.
I mean, is it compelling? Absolutely. But so far, saying, well, it's a dark oak tower and pillagers make dark oak towers is sort of the same energy as all pyramids are Egyptian, So
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
So I'm not fully convinced, but there is a lot of compelling evidence to suggest that maybe yes, maybe it is pillagers. There's another place though that I do want to go look at. So it's kind of a surprise. Let me here,
Okay.
just follow me.
This is why I love field trips.
So, what evidence did Thor Heyerdahl have for his South America to Polynesia theory? Well, first is that the currents in the Pacific would actually help a ship going to Polynesia from South America, and the currents flow in the opposite direction for those wanting to go to Polynesia from the northwest. He also had legends of contact between South America and Polynesian myth to suggest there was some hidden voyage lost to history. Anthropologists thought this was pure fiction and fantasy on Heyerdahl's part, so what was he to do to try to prove his point? Well, build a balsa wood raft and sail to Polynesia himself, of course.
Welcome to the Taiga village.
Oh yeah, normal villagers.
Yeah, normal villagers.
And look, they're building with spruce.
Okay, you got me there. That is not dark oak. That is not dark oak. It is spruce. And they're in a spruce forest, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah. So, I mean, let's look at how they're building. So, ooh, they're not exactly... I'm pretty sure
Living on the edge.
Yeah, OSHA would probably have a problem with that. But, so yeah, I mean, they're just... Here's another... a little sort of dome type thing, or not really dome type thing. But yeah.
Well, it's less dome and more like arch, which is a difference.
Yeah,
right?
Yep, that is a difference. Yep, absolutely. And of course, they're using a lot of this unstripped logs as well, just like the pillagers. So yeah, and it's mostly cobble and spruce.
Actually, that's a good point. It's more cobble than spruce. Like the pillagers seem to use more wood and less stone. These folks are using much more stone, and the wood just for some bits.
What the heck? What's stopping me from jumping?
Are you not? Is it because you're... Try.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, that was weird.
And their forest is on fire. So you know what? Let's try another village.
Okay.
So in 1947, Thor Heyerdahl and a few other dudes set out from Peru on a balsa wood raft to prove that Polynesia was populated by people from South America. And you know what? They all died when the raft capsized. Just kidding. They totally made it after 101 days and somewhere around 5,000 miles, proving once and for all that Polynesia was populated by people from South America. Except that DNA testing much later showed otherwise. Matter of fact, DNA tests prove that the native inhabitants of Polynesia were descendants of original people migrating from Southeastern Asia. Ouch. That sucks.
Okay, welcome to the Savannah Village.
Yeah. Okay.
I see they're
all using acacia.
Yeah. So, and still some unstripped logs, but they're using acacia and a couple other things too. Looks like terracotta. And what else they got around here? Yeah, so mostly terracotta, acacia. But no spruce.
Okay, yeah. No spruce, no dark oak. So this is interesting. So the villagers seem to just use what's around. And the pillagers seem to carry their beloved dark oak with them.
Yeah. So, you know, these guys are using acacia. The Taiga village was using spruce. Is there a dark oak village?
No, I don't believe there is.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, This is an ancient city. We don't know how long those towers have been there. Is it possible that there was once a dark oak village and they used dark oak when they went and explored the ancient city?
I suppose there's no reason there couldn't have been.
Yeah. And of course, is there a possibility that the pillagers came and explored the ancient city and used their precious dark oak that they always use?
Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
both of those are likely.
Okay.
Or possible.
Or possible, yeah. So, yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it's inconclusive, really, who did that building in the ancient city. You could argue that it's the pillagers. You could argue that it's a villager, or the villagers, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't really know.
I mean, it could even be, now think of this, wandering traders.
Could be wandering traders, yeah.
We have no idea if they have any kind of permanent structures anywhere.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, who else is in these worlds? We got Endermen as well. Endermen like to pick up blocks and put them down. Could be Endermen, or whatever Endermen used to be. If they used to be anything else, it could be any number of things.
Could be piglins have come in through those
There you
ruined
go.
portals that we've seen.
Yeah, could be, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's unfortunately, I don't think we have enough evidence to suggest any which way. I mean, there is compelling evidence for the pillagers, but that's based only on construction materials, really. But we see that the villagers use all kinds of different materials, so it could be any number of them too. So, yeah, don't know. Anyways, let's head on back to work.
All right.
So what was the point of this story? Well, it should be pretty obvious by now. Thor Heyerdahl had pretty solid evidence and even proved that his theory was completely doable. Unfortunately, it wasn't the truth. Now, he didn't know that, and it doesn't make what the man did any less impressive. I've read his book, and I absolutely recommend the heck out of it. It's called Tiki. I'll put a link in the description. It is a great example of experimental archaeology. Unfortunately, no matter how solid your evidence may be, no matter how well you show it is possible, there's always the fact that you could be wrong. And here, he was wrong, but not for lack of trying. So, to everyone touting a well-articulated and evidenced theory from a well-respected YouTuber, just know that Mr. Heyerdahl also had a well-evidenced theory. So, until we have definitive proof, like Mojang saying something, or in Thor's case, DNA testing, we will never know for sure. All we can do is explore what is possible.
All right, well, I hope that field trip was informative. I guess not really. We don't really have any answers, any definitive answers.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating not knowing, but I guess that's just the reality of it, right?
Yeah, that's archaeological theory in a nutshell. I mean, we will never 100% know for sure. And because of that, we will never be 100% right or 100% wrong. Well, I mean, some things are probably 100% wrong, but you get what I'm saying. Like a decent theory based on evidence is never going to be, fully wrong, but it's also never going to be fully right. So who built those towers down in there? Well, I don't know. It could be any number of entities. It could be a completely unknown group that we still have yet to, run into.
That's right.
Yeah.
Also, there's this.
Oh, look at that. No stripped logs. Oh, unstripped logs. Yep, they got unstripped logs.
Unstripped logs and
Yep.
links.
Okay, so yeah, it might be the pillagers. That's pretty compelling compelling evidence. That is pretty compelling evidence.
That is pretty compelling.
Yeah. Just looking from like a game dev view, it's like, oh well, here you go. But at the same time, like, what else are they going to make it out of? What other? They could make it out of other wood, but I think all the other wood's been taken by villagers, except for maybe birch.
Is there a birch? I don't think there's
I haven't seen a birch,
village.
yeah. But birch would look terrible in here.
It would look terrible.
Yeah. All
I
right.
think the dark oak is just because it's so dark. And
Probably,
it's a
yeah.
dark thing.
And they could have used spruce, but then the taiga villages and stuff.